Alright, so I'm going to use this Ryobi Cordless Impact Driver as part of the job, putting these shelves and attaching them to the wall. So I thought, it's a brand new box, so I thought I would actually do one of the little unboxing videos. Why not? This is a Ryobi Cordless Impact Driver. It's part of the One Plus range. Uses these lithium-ion 18-volt batteries. This one's a little one, 2.5 amps. You can get bigger ones running up to about 4.7 I think, and maybe even bigger now. This one's just the skin. This box is just the skin. I already bought just a regular driver, which came with a couple of these batteries and a charger. This skin was about $99 at Bunnings warehouse in Australia. Comes with a 6-year warranty, and yeah, comes fairly well recommended. So looking forward to seeing how it goes. Couple of things to point out: it's a cordless impact driver. It's not a screwdriver, not your normal cordless drill. A cordless drill, to explain the difference, literally just continuously puts on the torque. As you pull the trigger, it will just keep on turning and turning and turning and turning, which is great for driving holes in the wall. But if you're trying to put in screws and there's a bit of resistance, that's how you end up getting screw heads and stripped heads on your screws, or broken shafts on your screws and that sort of thing. What an impact driver does is it kind of shakes, so it goes really, really fast, and just that motion, rather than being just a continuous screwing motion, that impact motion in a circle helps not strip the heads on the screw, break the shafts and that sort of thing. So it's a constant series of little turns rather than a continuous big one. I did notice there was a 3-speed cordless impact driver that Bunnings is now selling for about $140, which has 3 levels of torque. This one's set at 170 Newton meters of torque. I'm not quite sure what the 3-speed one is. That might be quite good. I imagine there's a higher torque one there for what they call an impact wrench. So if you're doing bolts on, say, your car and that sort of stuff, or even trucks, you can get a higher torque driver for that sort of thing, and possibly even a lower setting for smaller screws maybe. I'm not quite sure, but that was $139, but it wasn't there when I was buying this one. There's also the brushless models. The main difference between a regular model like this and a brushless model, there's less components, i.e. they're brushless on the actual engine sort of thing. And what that means is they basically, what it ends up meaning is they will last a bit longer because there's less things to wear and break down inside your driver or other cordless gear, and they will actually last longer on a single battery. So if you're on the job all day, using it constantly all day, and it's obviously for your work and it's a big part of what you do every day in, day out, then the extra money for the brushless model is probably worth it to you. I think the cordless brushless skin only, was $199, $200, so an extra $100 on top of this one. So for me, this is perfect, and it gets a bit of occasional use sort of thing. Yeah, so let's have a go and unpack it. Just put him out of the way. Fairly small size box, obviously it's just the skin. Pretty well packed from Ryobi. There's the back of the box. LED light at the front, which I always like. Does have a bit of variable speed. Anyway. So what do we got in here? Extra packaging, we'll recycle that. Cardboard. I'm just going to peel around the joint. There you go. Easy peasy. That gets the rest of the plastic off as well. So there you go. Let's see what else is inside the box. Instructions. That's it. Yep. So we get a couple of, I think these are just adapters. You can buy specific drill bits for the cordless ones. Obviously they typically have this sort of mechanism which then just locks on. Another big difference with these guys than your normal cordless drill is rather than having the chuck or the keyless chuck where you just sort of screw it in and out, these ones typically have a fixed fitting. And a lot of the times I actually buy these as standard for, even for my regular cordless drill. I've been buying these for a while in anticipation that I'd end up using them on this as well. And so these just literally bit hard to do. There you go, just pull that forward. And there you go. So it's now locked in place. And pull it out. Ha! Go and grab that. I didn't think it was going to be spring loaded. Well, that was weird. I didn't think it was going to be spring loaded anyway. So again, it's just pull it out, push it all the way in, let it go, and there she is, and I'll hold on to that and she just pops out easily. So and this one you can see it's just an adapter for other things that you can pop on there, like sockets, all that sort of stuff. And again, I assume same mechanism. On, let it go. And there she is. So that's our standard battery, been charging that up. So she's all nice and ready to go. Standard sort of indicators on the Ryobi. Now, nice little feature I noticed on modern drills. You've got the two arrows, so this one's arrow pointing backwards. Means that if I squeeze it, it's going to undo something. If I turn it around the other way, arrow pointing forwards means it's going to drive the arrow in. So if I push that in, that's driving the drill in. And then if I'm going to go the other way, just press with your thumb and it unscrews the other way. So you can sort of see when the lights come on. That's pretty cool. That's running slow. So it is still a variable torque. You do have control with the drill speed. Another nice feature I like with the Ryobis, you can sort of pop your screw on there, or your extra bit, whatever you're not using, sort of thing at the time, and that just holds it onto there. And there's even a slot there at the front for whatever drill bit or thing that you're not using. But yeah. Pop your bits on there, or a couple of screws or whatever. That's a good way to hold on to them. So what else? I don't know, like I said, I've had the cordless drill now for a while and they work pretty well. Had no troubles with it. Certainly been, I think something I noticed in another video the other day, if you look in there as I turn it on and off, you'll see the flash of the engine engaging and disengaging. So that little flash there, that's a common thing to drills with the brushes. If it was a brushless unit, I don't think you see that little flash inside. Yeah, sort of instructions you get, standard sort of do's and don'ts, I guess, showing you how to use it, etc. I'll have a better read through that off camera, not right now. But yeah, so that's the Ryobi 18 volt cordless impact driver. RID1-081, in case you're keeping count at home. And yeah, cool. Let's see how she goes. Hey there, just me again. Just a quick follow-up on the Ryobi drill. Just a couple of things that came to mind after I turned the recording off. You can put this, first of all, just as a bit of a safety thing, you can put this, where are we? There we go. The buttons that make it go in and out, you can put them so that one's in, one's out, or they're both sort of halfway, and that'll lock the drill. So there's no way to turn that on now, so that's a good way to make sure you store it. So just in case your kids grab it, I mean, I always store mine with the batteries out and in a separate place anyway, so that's just another thing to think about. And obviously don't put the battery in and out while you've got it turned on either, fairly obvious. One other thing I forgot to mention, I think you can actually get this kit with 2 batteries and a Ryobi charger for $199. So again, the skin only was $99. So for the extra $100 you get the 2 batteries and a charger. From memory, those 2.5 volt, 2.5 amp hour batteries are worth, I think, about $70, maybe even $79. They're not cheap. So it's not a bad idea, especially if you're starting out. Definitely get one of these with the extra batteries and the charger. But even if, you know, say you were you already had a battery or 2 with, say, your initial cordless drill. That's how I got my batteries originally, was with the drill. Got the same sort of deal, 2 batteries and a charger. If you're using them a lot, it's probably not a bad idea to buy this pack with the batteries and the extra charger as well. It takes about, I'm guessing, about an hour or so to charge them up. They're not super fast, they're not super slow, but they're not super fast. So yeah, just something to think about. You never have too many batteries on hand, especially if you're doing a fair bit of work over the weekend. So yeah, I think I've now got a few different things from Ryobi, so next time I look to get something, I'll probably look to get a pack with some extra batteries and a second charger as well. That'd come in real handy, I reckon. Okay, cheers.